Yeah, good man.
Yeah, not too
Long
bad.
weekend of cornhole watching.
Yeah, lots to catch up on. I was geek.
Absolutely.
I was geeking out Sunday playing with me Warhammer miniatures, but trying my best to catch up.
Yeah. I did pretty much nothing but watch cornhole all day yesterday,
Yeah,
with the exception of I took a few hour break to hang out with my son and build some Legos and watch a couple Christmas movies.
yeah.
But yeah,
Got to get the Christmas movies in December.
yeah, for sure, for
Yeah,
sure. But I tried. I mean, we had our my quiz team. We had our little Christmas party Saturday night,
yeah.
and we happened to get on Facebook about the time that they were doing one of the Trey Birchfield and Adam Hisner matches. So everybody's over there talking, and me and Flo were over here watching Trey and Adam play. It was when they played. Oh dang it! It might have been against when they played against Trzynski and them,
Yeah.
possibly. I can't remember now, but yeah, it was funny. Everybody's like, "What are you doing?" It's like, man, sorry. We know these guys. We drank beers with these guys.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, you want to jump right in? What
Yeah.
you want to cover first? You want to just go ahead and knock the Canada stuff out of the way since we don't have a ton of info on that one?
Yeah. I'll let you go with that since that I think you got to find out more about that than what I did.
Yeah, I tried. Unfortunately, man, they don't have any other broadcast other than like Facebook Live. So it's not like it's harder to go back and then try to rewatch some stuff. And I mean, Richmond, the ACL number 5 was just phenomenal this weekend. So it was hard to pull my eyes away from it and watch the Canadian.
It was bordering on a signature event.
Yeah, I mean it was
The field was stacked, and I think
yeah. But we'll
I
get
think
to that because it was an amazing
yeah,
weekend of cornhole. So I didn't watch a ton. I watched a little bit and I tried to catch certain matches here and there, especially when Brandon and Dion Kuza were playing, having known both of those guys. I tried to watch a little bit of the women's when they were kind of putting some of it up because I know Brandon's wife, Tracy, but I still didn't get to watch a ton. I had to kind of just catch it as they were going because, like I said, it's harder to go back and kind of watch that than it is with the ACL because I can just get on YouTube and I can, boom, get right back at it. But the highlight, I guess, for me for the whole weekend, and this dude's I don't think he's a pro yet. I think he's probably an elite player, but Colin Hodit, man, he killed it, dude. He took down open singles, he took down the men's singles, and he took down senior singles. So, I mean, I don't
dude had
know.
himself a weekend.
Yeah, that's a real good weekend.
Yeah.
You can't be mad going to Niagara Falls and coming away with 3 trophies. I guess
I'll be happy just to make a final event.
I,
So
I guess you could be mad if you had to fly and carry them all back. Might be extra baggage or something.
yeah,
Um, but then open doubles was taken down by David Brown and Brandon Earls, and they looked good, man. I watched one of their matches. They looked really good. Um, the women's singles was taken down by Luna Smith, who is with that. She's also has made Team Canada this year for the World Cup since they used their weekend this weekend to also play that. And I'll get into that. And I can announce. I don't know if they'll want me to announce it, but hey, man, they announced it on their Facebook page. I'll announce it to the UK world.
it's already out there in the internet world. So
It
we're
is.
just
It's already
reiterating.
been announced. But anyway, okay. So yeah, Luna Smith on women's singles. Juniors singles was Tyler Sullivan. I don't know a lot about him, and I didn't get to watch any of the juniors really. But hey, man, if it's even half as close as what some of the juniors are doing in America, this kid's probably a stud, and he's probably going to be Team Canada before too long. They'll have to get him an escort, or not like a chaperone, just so he can come over and play. Um, let's see. Pro singles was taken down by Simon Delaire. Again, I watched a couple of his matches. Again, threw really well. Had a good weekend. Um, Pro doubles was taken down by William Tattoo and Samuel Bebo. Um, again, they just shot really well, man. They minimized mistakes and played well and won. So yeah, your team Canada, man, which is crazy. We were talking about this before the show that it's weird to think that they've already chosen their team when it's 10 months from now.
Yeah.
But so much but like I said, I think it's probably a lot has to do with so that people can save some money and prepare, get travel plans down and stuff because
Yeah.
you know the Canadian
It's a
guys
lot
that
for
are coming, the Canadian guys that are coming aren't getting the kind of sponsorships a lot of the American guys are going to get. So and I'd imagine they might not even have some of the funding from the ACL. So they might have to do a little fundraising. They might have to do some other things to try to get over here. Unlike your American guys and they could choose the team 2 months in advance, and Stacy might just put up the money to fly him over.
and
I
with it
don't
being
know. I
Canada,
don't know how it
obviously,
works, but you
yeah,
never
with
know.
them how far they got to go as well. It's a lot more expensive traveling from the States to Croatia than what it will be for us a lot going when we go.
Sure.
So yeah, so I get more time for fundraising, I suppose. So
But
does make sense from that point of view.
yeah, for sure. So your Team Canada is Luna Smith, Demi Cartwright, Steve James, Crystal Higgins, which Crystal, I think it was Crystal that was on Team Canada last year or came over with Team Canada. I don't think she was on Team Canada, but I think she traveled with them. If I'm not mistaken, I think that's her. No, sorry, it isn't. No, I'm thinking Demi Cartwright. Sorry, my apologies. Demi Cartwright came with Team Canada last year to Germany. But anyway, yeah. So Crystal Higgins, Craig Halford, and Derek Barrett. So that's your Team Canada. They went with the top three in the men's qualifier and the top three in the women's qualifier. They just ran a qualifying tournament for Team Canada and took the top three of each. So I like their diversity where they're saying, hey, we're going to take 3 women, we're going to take 3 men, and this is what we're going to run with.
As we saw out in Germany, a lot of teams did have some female throwers, and some of them were very good.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Team USA last year had Miranda Coy, and she's a heck of a player. I'm honestly hoping Team USA will kind of take notice of that and think, hey man, maybe we'll do 3 and 3. I'd like to see Cheyenne Moving play in person. Maybe she make the team. I mean, I liked playing again. Like I threw a couple bags with Miranda, not a bunch, just kind of goofing about and talked to her a little bit. But it was fun having the females represented too, because as you watch these ACL events, man, there's some daggum good females out there. So
you got to throw fun bags, like messing around. I threw competitive bags against it, and I got smoked.
yeah, I know. I watched.
Hey, but between me and her, we got 5 points off her and Hunter, so I'll take that.
Oh, 100%.
But they smoked us, and they weren't even out of third gear into that out first gear yet. You could tell they still had gears to go.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
But yeah, so I mean, Canada had theirs. They got another. I think their next one is in like February, beginning of February, I think. So we'll keep a close eye on Canada too. Hopefully, it won't. It may not conflict this time with a ACL Open, so that we can kind of
watch a bit
concentrate a little
more.
more on it.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it doesn't conflict with our second qualifier, so that I don't have to try to watch in between games. But we'll see.
If out early enough, can pick and choose between what we watch.
Yep.
The corner in front of us or the corner on. over the pond.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche. So what do you got on the docket?
Open 6.
Oh yeah, my correction, because I said open 5 earlier. I meant open 6. Sorry.
Yeah. So we had a prop toss bet things as well, didn't we? So you outdid me on that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I got lucky, man. On Friday alone, I hit all 4 picks. I picked
Yeah.
the women's champion, the women's doubles, the juniors champion, and the seniors champion. Man, I was pretty stoked about that.
Well, I think you got 6 or 7, and I got 5 right this week, this open. So,
I got 6. Yeah.
I'll take that. It's shooting 50%, considering normally my bets are a lot worse than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
My
it was
big
good.
one,
So,
my big one that I got thrown off on, man, and it's nothing against Mark Richards because that guy, I watched him play a lot this weekend, and man, that dude's 4-bagger was on.
yeah, that is one that I got right.
I know, but I didn't see it happening. I don't know. I thought maybe it'd be a little lower. I thought, but he proved me wrong there for sure.
Getting into the actual results from that. So, your pick for the juniors, Logan Dupler, took it down, beating Gabriel Clausen in the final, 24-11.
I picked him. I picked him purely based on how he performed in doubles and stuff in the open number 5. Because I mean, he was just throwing so good, and I thought coming in, I'm gonna go with Logan. I just thought, man, this kid's got a shot.
Yeah, yeah. I went for the field there. It's just each time I'm watching these opens, it's a different kid, and they're just doing phenomenal. It's like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
For me, the juniors is just so much depth in the field. It's like,
well, you had both.
It's almost impossible to pick. Sometimes it feels like.
Yeah, I mean, you had Logan Dupler. You have who won, but against that, you also have, like both Gores, Jackson and
yeah. Jacob.
Jacob, yeah.
Yeah.
I went blank, sorry. But yeah, and then I mean, you have Cash Chamness as well. Daggum 9-year-old.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Logan did it, and he played well doing it.
He did. And then moving on to seniors, we both picked him, I believe. Double D, Damon Dennis.
Damon Dennis. Hey man, he was due one.
Yeah.
He was due one, dude.
Yeah. To be fair, whenever I'm doing me picks, and if he's in the field, and if Frank's in the field, 9 times out of 10, I'm always picking one of them too.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, he took it down 21-10 over JP Plunkett. So that was a nice one. And then women's, we both picked it there. I mean, she had to do it the hard way. Like, she got sent into the loser bracket by Gina Ramirez, and then she comes back and she double dips her in the final, 23-13, and then 23-9 in the deciding game.
I literally, funny enough, man, I'm always rooting for Cheyenne because she's just a good player, man, and she seems like, I don't know, she just seems like a nice person. I'm like, you know what, she's someone I can root for. But I literally picked her though because just the day before, I literally saw a video, like a reel that she had posted or someone had posted, and it's her throwing bags with her baby on her hip, like her kid on her hip, and she's throwing bags. And I was like, you know what? If anybody's putting in that kind of work, that's who I'm picking.
Yeah.
And I picked her. But then she teamed up with Ogina, didn't she? For the women's double.
Yeah. So the women's double, that I don't believe that was something we could pick but
It was. No, it was.
what was it? Oh yeah, it was. That one was. Yeah,
I picked that one correct too.
yeah. I think. Yeah, yeah. I went for the field again.
Again, I thought how strong that was. Obviously rooting for Cheyenne, but also Gina. I was like, come on, man.
Yeah.
You're putting them in. You're going to allow me to pick them two to win. I'm doing it. And if they're on there for open number 7, guess what? I'm picking them again.
Yeah. Yes. Again, had to do it the hard way. Had to come through losers bracket, but they pulled off the double dip over Kirsten Laus and Dawn Fay, 21-19 in the first game. So
yeah, it was close
to losing it, but second game 21-11. So
yep, they got in that stride, man.
Yeah. I mean, just looking at the rules, it was just a weekend for double dips.
It was. There was a lot.
Yeah. A lot of double dips. So the next one, like the juniors, Ethan Ferris and Tony Forbes double dip to get avoided the double dip in this case. So they lost the first game to Hayden Gonzalez and Gabriel Clausen, who obviously got to the juniors singles final, but then the deciding game they won that 23-17. So more double dips. And then seniors again, a double dip again. Fresh Scott and Ricky Jernigan double dipped Mike Wright and Scott Bennett. Or Bennett, however you pronounce it. 24-11, and then they decided it close 22-20.
Wow.
Oh.
Senior, I didn't watch. I didn't see any of the senior doubles, so I didn't get to see any of that one.
Yeah, I'll hold my hands up. I've not watched much of the doubles yet, but it's there ready for me to press play and watch. Even though I know the results, I'm still going to watch it.
Yeah, I was watching live last night for the singles, and I ended up falling asleep, man. It was almost 1 a.m. I had to be up at 5 this morning to go to work, but it was so late. But I was watching, and woo!
Yeah, guilty. I made it to one of the bracket finals, and then I fell asleep. So I checked the results today, so I've got that to go back and watch as well. But yeah, so then the last doubles thing, the blind draw. Jimmy Humans and Easy, Eric Zockline taking down Jacob Trzynski and Zach Aitken, 26-20.
It was a good match.
Another close game, and Jimmy this weekend in that blind draw, arguably the shot of the weekend.
You know what? Funny enough, I was talking to him yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were talking about that shot, and I mean that it was incredible. And for you guys out there that haven't watched this, you have to understand. So they are sitting 5-on-3. No, sorry, 5-on-5. I'm pretty sure it was 5-on-5, and Jimmy, he bar of soaps and pushes both of his in to go in for 12 with the bar of soap. And I mean, it was just phenomenal.
It was ridiculous.
So much so, I asked in the live feed chat yesterday for singles. I didn't realize I was doing it from the Just Board It YouTube page, because that just happened to be what I was logged into on my phone. So I went and did the chat, because they were like, "Oh, where's everybody watching from?" And of course, I did that first, and they kind of ignored it. And I thought, "Oh man, maybe they're doing it because of the channel."
Yeah.
You don't want to.
So yeah. Maybe so they can't promote us.
Right. Yeah. So I was like, okay, maybe they're not going to announce that, because even though I thought they could have still said the United Kingdom or whatever. But later I asked if they believed that Jimmy's bar of soap was still the shot of the weekend. And Jake, of course, was like, for right now, yeah. I mean, he's like, there's been quite a few good bar of soap shots, but I would assume that was probably the best one still. And I was talking to Jimmy about it, and kind of to I know we'll talk about it here in a minute, but right after, or right after me and Jimmy talk about it is when Cash Chamness hit his bar of soap against Jamie Graham.
Yeah.
And I messaged Jimmy and I said, "Hey man, Cash might have outdone you on the bar of soap." And he goes, "Nah, mine was still better." And I was like, "Yeah, but he's 9."
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. When you throw in a little context, it can change things.
But no, all right. So back to the blind draw, man. It was good to see Jimmy throwing lights out. He still threw pretty well the rest of the weekend as well. But yeah, he in the blind draw, he was throwing lights out. And it was good to see, man. It was good to see him back throwing the way we all know he can. And,
The way we've seen in person.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. When we hung out with him in Paris and stuff. So, yeah, it was good to see him throwing that well. I did ask him about his new bags. I was like, "Man, how you getting on with them? I know you threw lights out." He said he loved them. So,
Main doubles. So bracket A, your junior champions, Ethan Ferris and Tony Forbes, double dipped Cody Henderson and Ethan Walker in bracket A, 23-12 and 24-14. So these juniors can throw.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so that actual match too, because as we know that Cody Henderson shows no emotion ever, like none. Like that dude just doesn't show emotion. But they needed a big shot to stay in it or something. I think it was to stay in it, and you actually see him kind of yeah. And I thought, oh my god, Cody's showing emotion. This must be a tight game.
Bracket B, she was having herself a weekend. Shine Bubenheim and Jordan Power, another double dip. Beat JBJ and Logan Chamberlain, 21-17 and then 23-19 in the decider. So close game there in the decider.
Yeah, for sure. And because I thought for sure it would be JBJ and Logan Chamberlain coming out of that bracket.
Yeah.
I did. When the brackets were set and I saw it, I thought, yeah, that'd be my pick. But yeah, man, Cheyenne and Jordan, and a lot of people wondered if they would do all right as partners.
Yeah.
And Jordan, I saw Jordan posted and talking about the weekend, and he really gave Cheyenne her props and was like, man, she keeps me level, she keeps me grounded, and can get me fired up when I need to. So I think that's going to be, I think they're going to start hitting their stride, man, and I think that's going to be a really good team to watch.
Well, dangerous team for anyone as well.
Yeah.
Bracket C, Jordan Camber and Eric Zockline taking down Justin Stranger and Kyle Petering, 22-14. Oh, Jordan Camber, obviously a former world champion, from doubles world champion from going back some years, getting back into the game. So
yeah,
that's good to see. Taking down a bracket. And then bracket D, another double dip again. Eric Davis and Ryan Wiedenfeld took down Jamie Graham and Jacob Trzynski, 22-18. So close first game, and then second game just smoked them 21-4.
Yeah.
But Eric Davis, he's just a magic man. Some of the shots we see him do is just.
I know, and he
defies.
Because he just looks like, so he's just like big long hair, and he's just like doop de doop. But man, he throws, dude. He throws.
Some of the stuff he does, it just defies all laws of physics.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then in the final four, it was Ethan and Tony beat Jordan and Eric 25-6, and then Eric and Ryan beat Shine and Jordan 21-2. So
yeah, they
yeah, and then in the final, Eric Davis and Ryan won 21-14, obviously against Ethan and Tony. So Ethan and Tony, good weekend there. there for that. Them winning junior doubles and then making it all the way to second place in main doubles.
Yeah, for sure.
And then we've got singles. So bracket A, we've already mentioned him. Cash took down two-time world champion in Jamie Graham 22-20. Oh,
Yeah, man.
if
All right, so little fun fact here, and I didn't know this until this weekend and listening to them, but yeah, Cash is actually younger than the ACL. And I told you he hit that bar of soap against Jamie.
yeah,
And Jamie just stood there and he was like, wow, okay. Because Jamie Graham's a world champion.
yeah,
Like, that dude has been around for a while and he's been playing for a while. Matter of fact, they were doing the math on that too to see if he'd been playing longer than Cash had been alive. He hadn't. It's real close.
yeah.
I mean, I think they said Jordan started playing or Jamie started playing in 2016, I guess it was. So just barely though, man.
Well, the thing is, he'd probably been playing longer than Cash has been alive, but not competitively.
No, I think they said
Oh,
he first ever picked it
all
up
right,
in
all
like
right.
2016, just at like a family reunion or something.
Yeah, no,
But anyway, Cash
yeah.
was throwing lights out, man.
Definitely somebody to watch for the future. Well,
Oh,
all these kids are. They're just
for sure.
ridiculous. Speaking of kids, bracket B, junior, Jackson Gore, he avoided the double dip. He lost the first game 21-10 to Logan Chamberlain, but he got him back in game two, 22-11. Oh, it's a good game there. Then bracket C, Mark Richards took that down 22-13 over Jordan Power. So Jordan Power had himself a weekend there, actually.
Yep.
Like good runs. And then in bracket D, Colby Shearer took down Clayton Kennedy 23-20. So close game there.
Yep.
Then in your final four, Mark beat Colby 22-1. And then Jackson Gore beat Cash 21-4. So it seems like Cash just run out of steam a bit then
A
towards the
little
end.
bit.
I mean, he's 9 years old. It's well past his bedtime at
Yeah,
that point of the
that's
day.
the thing, isn't it? Like that dude was probably supposed to have been in bed like an hour ago.
Yeah. And then going into the final, obviously Jackson's looking for his first
First
title,
ever.
and Mark's obviously trying to break that tie that he's in. So, but it was Jackson Gore who took it down 22-15.
So a kid, man, a
Yeah,
junior,
junior. Yeah.
took it down.
Oh,
And
good game.
I told you I fell asleep,
Yeah.
but as soon as I got up this morning, I watched the final.
Yeah.
I watched that match, and yeah, I would have been happy with either winning. I don't know either, so I don't have like a horse in the race, but I'd
Yeah.
have been happy with either winning. But I did like to see like you could see the emotion in Jackson like winning, like how stoked he was, man.
Yeah.
Not to say that no one else like Mark wouldn't have been, but yeah, it was just good. It was cool to see. Good for him.
It was definitely good to see. I mean, you're always got to pull for the kid to win 9 times out of 10. But go for the underdog.
Bro, if we went for the underdog, we would always be against ourselves. I got a bad enough problem trying to beat adults. I don't need some kid coming in and kicking my ass too.
Bad enough I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know I'm going to hold that over to you till Feb. And then it'll just bite me in the ass. like the last time.
I hope so. So yeah, it was good. It was a good weekend of cornhole, man. Like I said, I tried to watch quite a bit actually. Funny enough, I actually got to watch more than I thought I was going to get to watch, and I'm really glad I did because I got to see some real good matches.
No, normally it falls on a weekend when I'm not as free, so I don't get to watch much, and then it falls on a free weekend, and then I get busy anyway. So
Yeah. Well,
but
you know,
I'm going to go back
prioritize
and catch up. Yeah.
toys or cornhole, and you chose toys, man. You're good. Don't worry about it. Just kidding.
Hey,
But hey,
it was for a good cause. It was a charity event.
no, that's cool, man.
We
Speaking of
raised nearly
excitement in the cornhole
£700.
world, so I mean, everybody's got to be talking about it, right? The fight that broke out in the Texas cornhole event this weekend. Please tell me you've seen this.
No.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I I'm gonna go back. I haven't had time. I worked all day today, and I'm normally off on Mondays. But when we get off here, I'm gonna go listen to the Big Ass podcast. You know which one that one is, yeah? Big Ass Cornhole. Oh yeah,
Yeah, I think I know.
yeah, I can see it now. But anyway, so they've covered it. So I want to get some more information on it. But apparently, so they're in a match, and the dude, one guy throws it. You know, they get down to like the last bag, and I guess there was a guy in the stands that had followed him around and had really just talking a bunch of smack, like the 3 previous matches. So he gets to that last bag, and this dude says something, and he just turns around and just hurls the bag at him, and then just jumps through the stands, dude. And like a brawl broke out between these two guys at a Texas tournament this weekend,
Yeah.
which then overshadowed another event. Gavin Kano lost to crap. I can't. The name's escaping me, and something. And again, I want to watch or listen to the podcast so I can kind of get a better grasp on it. But I guess like it was like the passing of the guard. So I guess there's like this chain that he ended up giving them. I assume it has something to do with the state of Texas. They're all a little weird down there, but yeah, so it kind of overshadowed that because now everybody's just talking about this fight that broke out.
I'm gonna have to look into that.
Here, man, I'm gonna forward you the thing right now.
Like I say, it was a busy weekend with other stuff, so I've not much social media time this weekend to see stuff, but still got a bit of catching up to do on the week's events.
So yeah, just crazy, man. It was just crazy. But yeah, it was a good weekend of cornhole, man, overall. Good.
Any weekend with cornhole is a good weekend, man.
Yeah. The thing is now, man, it just like all I'm thinking about every day is throwing cornhole, man. That's like all I want to do right now.
Yeah. Hey.
It's all I want to do, man. I want to avenge a couple losses.
Well, you only have to wait till tomorrow to throw bags again.
Yeah.
I'm waiting till next year, it looks like now. I just can't get to a club night. They're just not falling on the right days for me. So at the minute, so
yeah. Is it too far of a drive really on a Tuesday to go to Ashby?
With having work the next day and getting back and motorway driving late at night, it's a bit too much sometimes. Yeah. Like last time I went down on Tuesday, because anybody who's listening who lives in this country knows what a fan they are of late night motorway roadworks and closures.
Oh, for sure.
The journey took me nearly 2 hours to get home. I can make that journey in under an hour normally, right. So it was just a bit ridiculous. So I don't really want to do that when I have to be up early for work the next day. As much as I want to get and throw bags, there are more important things.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
I know. In the new year, I'll get and hopefully be able to throw more, especially when the ACL Europe season kicks off. So I know yourself, you've got quite a few more than me lined up, but
But
February's going to Feb's going to be a good month for cornhole. So
the difference is your kids are still at an age where you guys do every other weekend. My kids live
yeah,
2 streets over from me, and they can come
yeah,
over anytime they want.
yeah,
And they're old enough that if I decide, and I mean, like I said, my daughter went to Croatia with me last year,
yeah.
so I could be like, "Hey, you want to go with us to wherever?" And she's like, "Yeah, why not?" So it makes it a little easier for me. But yeah, I got Slovenia in January. That'll be my next one. That's my next tournament. Slovenia in January. We host in February, and then myself and you, and hopefully Liam decides to go. But the three of us will make the hike to Switzerland.
And yeah, should be a
We
good
have to
one.
dress warm, man. We might have to chip in for one of us to get a check bag because, man, we got to take some warm clothes, dude. It's gonna be cold.
I'll be fine. I'm that idiot that walks around in the hoodie and shorts all year round.
No
Snow on
offense,
the
man.
ground.
I love you, man, but you got a little more meat on your bones than I do to keep you warmer.
Yeah.
Just saying,
I ain't arguing.
I'm not trying to be mean here. I'm just saying.
No, no. I know I've got that internal insulation.
I just don't deal well with the cold, man. I don't like it. I want to move back to Arizona where it's warm all the time.
Oh, I thought you were Oklahoma boy originally. Isn't it
I am, but I
windy
ain't
and
lived there
cold
since
there?
the first time I moved here, which was almost it'll be 18 years ago in February. So I've been living in and out of this country for the last 18 years almost. That's why I don't understand why I can't try to make Team GB.
Yeah. They need to they should really try and change something
No, they don't.
in that. I know they won't necessarily get you on Team GB, but maybe if there's like a because there's that many like Americans who are based over in
Well,
Europe
I'm
that
not,
a
and I'm
separate
nowhere.
team for them.
I'm nowhere near the top of the heap for that to even make that team probably. What I hoped they would do, and I'm not even saying this to be biased. What I was really hoping though was last year, and I'm hoping maybe they'll kind of petition to do it this year. Um, I think they should have brought 5 from America and left that one spot for EJ because he was tied for the number one player in all of Europe as an American military.
Did he finish? I think he finished number one, didn't he? He just
Yeah.
pipped Gunny, didn't he? Yeah.
Well, going into the tournament though, he was tied.
Yeah.
So I just think like that would have been cool if they could have saved that sixth and final spot for him.
Yeah.
Now, again, people will say, well, that's not fair because he didn't have to play into it. He didn't have to, and which is true. But when you're over here, dominating and putting up results at all these ACL Europe events, and then, if he was getting to play in the U.S. all the time, I think he might be a lot even better than he is now. So I think that would have been kind of cool. But then we were talking to Todd and them guys last year, and we were talking about would it be possible to try to field a team of the expats that live in Europe from the States to kind of let us, represent. We'll just be, team whatever. But then again, the caveat to that is when you're trying to make yourself legit because you want to see it in the Olympics,
Yeah.
you can't start making exceptions to rules. You got to follow a format, and that's understandable. And I can see that and be okay with that.
Yeah. Because the only thing they could sort of do is maybe introduce like the crew cup. So you have a team of 4, and then you can have a separate teams thing, and then it's not necessarily the team has to be all UK guys, all Belgium, all French, all German, Swiss, Croatia, what
Yeah,
have
but the
you.
Crew Cup wasn't. The crew they when they
Yeah.
did the European Championships, I mean your Crew Cup was just random picks from different places.
Yeah.
But we weren't eligible to play in that one either.
Yeah.
So us Americans over here, we get to it's a little bit more selective for us, I guess. I mean, I'm not at that level yet anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. But you look at it like EJ and them guys, it kind of matters. There's a few of them over here that are good and should get a chance. So, yeah. But is what it is, man.
I mean, you not being able to make it, it makes it that one person less I have to compete against. I'm going for the three-peat of making it onto Team GB.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
I've got some work to do.
I'm rooting for you though.
I'm hoping. Oh. It'd be annoying if I couldn't do it because I feel like I'm playing better cornhole this year than what I was last year. So, but everybody's playing better cornhole this year than what they were last year. That's my problem. I've got to compete against. So
for sure, for sure.
We'll see what happens come end of the UKCL season where I'm at. If I've done enough, or if I'm not done enough, if I'm the lucky one to get the wild card. So time will tell.
Yeah, and a lot of it, I mean, even like last year, you had a few people that just couldn't do the travel on it and stuff. So that kind of, so there's always that as well. I mean, you're going to Croatia regardless, so they might as well
too right. And if it is that I don't make the team, I'm just going to chill in the pool that day.
Nah, we'll play sit and goes.
Yeah, probably, actually. Although the pool option's still there. It depends how good an Airbnb we get for us all.
Yeah, that's true. I need to get back into that. Try to find that one again. Because the first one I found, man, it had a pool, and I thought, oh yeah, that'll be nice. That'll be nice. So yeah, man. So which ones you think you're going to make this year?
Obviously, 40 in Feb, so slightly after me 40th, but we'll delay the celebrations for in Switzerland. So Switzerland's happening. Obviously, when it comes back to the UK, is happening.
Sure.
Croatia, obviously, end of season's happening, and then I'd like to get one more in. So it's just looking at waiting for dates of them all, and then make the decision what the fourth one is, because obviously there's work commitments, childcare, and stuff. So hopefully one of them will line up, and I'll be able to get a fourth one in. Because unfortunately, last season, there was only two that I could make. But as luck would have it, it was the UK and the end of season one in Trier. So I know of three I can make. So hopefully I can add a fourth.
Because France just announced theirs as well. That'll be August 24th in the Champagne region. So I'm going to try to go to that one as well. That'll be one I try to take my daughter to, I'm sure. But yeah, so we'll see. And then obviously we got the ACL event in March.
Yeah.
That I'm still going to try to play in.
We're a bit limited in this country, so anything that's on, if we can make it, gonna try and make it.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Got to take any opportunity you can.
Speaking of opportunities, this week's opportunities, what we got going?
My club's got practice tomorrow night.
Ashby will have the same. Newcastle's Thursday.
Yeah.
I believe Narsdale, they're weekly as well.
Yep. Solvent.
Not this week that they had theirs.
They just had Sunday. One, didn't they?
Yeah. UK number one Liam made the trip over there and dominated and also shared his knowledge with some of their other club members, I believe. Yeah, so
yeah, that was good of him.
Showing that he's a great dude as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Great player, great dude. Like, happy to share his knowledge and show him why he's the UK #1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know much else. No, there's no cornhole this weekend.
There'll be Newcastle and then Manchester's this week, this Friday as well. But unfortunately, I can't attend. It seems to be a habit at the minute, which is.
I say you just take your kids, man.
Yeah. It might just have to happen.
Man, just lock them in the car, crack the windows, leave them something to drink, dude. They'll be fine.
I don't even need to do that. I'll just take a set of bags each for them and just plonk them in front of the air mailbox and just let them practice.
Yeah.
Last time my son threw bags against me, granted he was a lot closer to the board than I was, he threw a 4-bagger.
Well, how old is he?
He's going to be 5 in a few weeks.
Hey, better get him going, dude. If he plans on making the ACL, he's already 2 years behind.
Yeah. Get him started now, see where he is at age 9, see if he can be rivaling the likes of Cash.
Yeah, maybe. And unfortunately, man, we don't even have a guest this week.
But hopefully make up for that coming up soon.
Yeah, we'll reach out to some people and see if we can't get a guest on before Christmas. I figure we'll do next Monday and then probably take off for
have a little break.
A couple weeks through the holidays.
Yeah. I don't believe there's another ACL open now. I think it's January the next one anyway.
Yeah.
So in terms of stuff to report on, so if we can get anybody on.
Yeah, man.
Get another person to do the deck around.
For sure. I mean, I say we won't do one before Christmas, but you never know. We might find somebody that wants to come on and hang out and chat a little cornhole or something.
More than happy to do that. So if you're listening and you want on, let us know. Could be you.
Shoot us a message.
Yeah.
Shoot us a message and let us know. I think we need to get the wizard on, man.
Yeah.
I want to get old John on.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's like the nicest guy in cornhole.
Yeah. I just hope he's forgiven me after the last Open when we played the Just Board It game, and I purposely went hunting to knock bags off, and it was not knowing whose bag it was. It ended up being him and knocked out of the game. So I upset. I did that to the nicest guy in cornhole.
But hey, you could have done it to the meanest dude in cornhole. See? So at least with him, you know if he was mad, he's over it in a couple minutes anyway.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if I have anything else to add, man.
I think that's it for this week. So good luck tomorrow.
I'm gonna reach out this week and try to chat to a few people and see if I can't get a guest on for next Monday to round out the calendar year for us, and then we'll come back probably after New Year's.
Yeah. Try and finish on a nice high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then if you want to reach out to a few people.
Yeah, I'll see what we can do.
Yeah. And again, anybody out there listening that wants to come on and do a deck around or just impart some cornhole knowledge or something cornhole related, by all means, message us and let's set it up. Let's set it up.
Good luck tomorrow. Club night. Going for back-to-back wins.
Gonna try to, man. Yeah. Gonna try to, for sure. All right, bud.
Peace out.
Talk to you soon.
Ladies. Bye.
See you, bud.